Hi everyone, I'm Jordan. Welcome to the Continuous Integration / Continuous Development tutorial. What you're seeing on the screen right now is a Chrome browser on the left side and a Mac terminal on the right side. On the left side for the Chrome browser, I have it open to the HSF training tutorial page that you should already have gotten a link to when you register for the workshop. As you can see, it's pretty well complete, especially for the pipeline section on CI/CD, and there are quite a few sections to go through to get through everything. And the series of videos that we are going to be going through here will be covering everything that you see on this page, except for the coffee breaks. So, the very first thing that we're going to be doing is going to do the setup here. If you have already set up the code that you need for the pipeline, feel free to skip this video, but I'll be sad. If you have not set up the code that you need for the pipeline, or you are unsure that you have set up the code, go ahead and keep watching this video. The very first thing we need to do, as an aside, I should remind you that a lot of this is on GitLab. And if you have a GitLab with some other organization, such as Fermilab or Argonne or Brookhaven, go ahead and use their GitLab instance. But you should be able to do the same thing no matter which GitLab instance you're using. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is use everything here on the GitLab instance. So the first thing that we need to do is to get the code. So I'm going to scroll down a little bit, and there's this little sentence about where we haven't set up the payload yet. So I'm going to go ahead and click this GitHub link that I have here. This will open up the GitHub page that we have, and this GitHub page has this entire payload that we need, and there's a lot of instructions here. So what we're going to do is a very nice way. We're going to go ahead and click on this green button on the top right, and we're going to go ahead and copy this URL. Now, in my terminal on the right side, I'm going to go ahead and clone that URL. And now that we've cloned the URL, we're going to go ahead and enter this directory that we just made. If I go ahead and look at the remotes that I have here that exist on this, we can see that the origin is the URL that I used to clone. What I'm going to do instead is to rename this origin remote to a new remote that I create. So, back on this left hand side, I'm going to go to my GitLab instance under my name, or you can just go straight to the GitLab instance. At the very top of it, I'm going to go ahead and click this little plus icon here, and go ahead and click on New Project, because I want to create a new project. This should go ahead and it's going to fill in the default project URL under my namespace, which in this case is GStart. We're going to call this new project that we want to create Virtual Pipelines Event Selection. And so that'll also be the project slug that gets created. And one last thing that I want to point out, if we go back to the setup description, you see on this bottom here I have this little excerpt about the repository permissions. Note that you want to make sure that the visibility level for your repository is set to public for whichever one you create. And we want to make sure that your repository is public so that other people can see it too, including the mentors and instructors who will be around to help you. So we're going to go ahead and click Create Project, and we're going to create a public project. In this case, it has created my public project called Virtual Pipelines Event Selection. So I'm going to go ahead and get this clone URL that I created here at the top left by clicking that blue button and grab the clone URL. And then I'm going to go back into this terminal, and instead of cloning this time, what I'm going to do is rename the origin URLs. So I'm going to do git remote set-URL origin and paste it just like that. Now, if I look at the git remote v again, it has renamed it to my GitLab URL, g/virtual pipelines event selection, instead of the previous remote, which was the HSF training CMS analysis. Alright, so now once I've done that, I'm going to go ahead and push it to the origin and also set the upstream branch. And that means it should just track it using the new origin that I've created. Now, once I push this, I should be able to go ahead and refresh the page that I have on the left-hand side. And I should be able to see all these files that have been created here, as well as the various 20 commits that are included. So that's good. So once you're at this point, we're ready to go ahead and continue with the CI/CD tutorial. Again, if you have any questions or if you are stuck at this point, feel free to talk to your mentors and ask questions. See you next time.